Alrighty, welcome back. Crimson Desert. Let's play part 3. Hey, I just saw some good news as well. Crimson Desert has sold so well that the president of the company is giving all of their staff $3,400 bonuses. That's pretty good. We live in a world where not a lot of good gaming news going on with studios closing, so hey, let's get this started off with some positivity. $3,400 for all Pearl Abyss employees. That's pretty nice. But back to part 3. We're in the Abyss now. It's pretty straightforward. There's a few little things you might miss. Like right over here. You could walk right past this. Free skill point. Oh, don't want to forget. Nice little effect on all of your fast travel points. These little firefly looking things, so you can see them in the distance way easier now. That's another updated thing from the patches. So why those guys got that $3,400 bonus right there. They keep patching this game and making it better and better every day. Where are you, friend? Oh well, that's not how I would hold him, but you know. And then just tosses him. You know, there's this whole thing where they're saying, "Oh, Kliff, you're such a nice person." That wasn't very nice. Okay.
Ah, you're finally here. He's waiting for you. This power will help you get inside.
Thank you, random bird. Boom, Axiom Force. Axiom Force is going to be used for a lot of puzzle solving. You know, a lot of people who've played a certain Nintendo title get the idea of how to use this thing pretty well. What I want to do first, though, real quick. Remember I told you about the lantern, how it can help you with puzzles? And with your blinding flash, can help you with puzzles. So... you know, and the way you go, okay, now I just need to do one more right turn. Okay, this is a pretty easy one. You'll see a little bit more difficult ones later on, or maybe not difficult, but less intuitive, I would say. Check this out, man. Very cool visual identity in this game.
Ah, I've been
For some
waiting
of it.
for you. Just as virtue paves the path to wisdom, your deeds have brought us together once more.
You're that beggar.
I am a Lustin, and this is the Axiom Archive. It is a repository of the universe's grand designs. Each record, the blueprint of a single world.
Why did you summon me?
There are beings who have brought chaos to your world, the consequences of which extend to even you and your comrades.
You have news of them?
You will cross paths with those who escaped Fate's grasp. But the balance of this world and the Abyss has begun to falter. If the cosmic order frays any further, our world, the Abyss, and reality itself will unravel. You must restore the balance before it's too late.
I don't know what you mean.
Such a grand undertaking begins with small acts that will have profound effect on the fate of your world.
Okay. So in this world, basic kindness is so rare that I am the chosen one, I guess. It's kind of how it is. I gave a guy a coin. I helped a woman screaming for help. I helped get a cat off of a roof. And then I did some chimney sweeping. And that's enough to make me the chosen one. Kind of an indictment on the people of this world, you know? Okay, you'll see a lot of these. I've done a bunch of them. I feel like you always just do a right turn, you know, right on the D-pad. I've tried going left on the D-pad, and it just goes all the way around. Just go right on those every time. What do we got here? Knowledge. More knowledge. Elucidate. Okay. Now this you don't have to be too safe with. You can rip through this pretty easy if you have the stamina. Because if you fall, it's going to put you right back up top, so you know, there's really no consequence to it. Dang it. Okay, we're gonna wait. Now I did one time just attempt to jump off of this and then fell in between, so precision jump on that one. Not my brightest moments. These you can just walk across. Again, precision jump. And then these you can just run down, and we're going to teleport. Boom. There is some exploration on these platforms. Not very much at the beginning here, but be pretty hilarious if I was saying, don't worry about this, and then immediately fall off like I did just about there as well. This I'm just running. I'm not even jumping. I'm just running forward. So they make it pretty easy on you at the beginning here. Okay, another fast travel. Again, when you hit the start on these for little pop-ups, there's 40 different Abyss puzzles here. You know, these first couple are pretty easy tutorial ones. Some of them get a little more challenging. You have to be a little more insightful for it. So we got to get down here. And you're like, oh, yeah, there is this invisible wall. So we're going to use the Axiom ability on these. L2 to pull it closer. And we're on lockdown. Here you'll find these guys. Excuse me, I had to cough there. You'll find these out in the world, these little hologram looking things. You can come up to them and observe and then learn abilities. So we got Force Palm. And if you go into your skills menu, you can see we now have level 1 of 3 of Force Palm. Great, didn't have to spend a skill point on that. And we got it for free. Just like our Axiom Force. Which now, I'm going to use on this guy. And then with these things, if you get them close, they'll auto-adjust to a degree. So you don't have to be too precise with it. And you'll see your character has this kind of effect coming off of him. That means you can just use your Spirit Palm and you're good to go. Now you'll see different settings here of standing. There's Spirit Palm where you have to stand on them and crouch to knock them downwards. So if you were on top of one while being... Oh, I didn't need to sit down there. Look at that. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, we finished the puzzle. You gotta be careful in some of these because you see how it cut away and moved it up. You can still move around in those. And sometimes you might be on the edge of a platform and we'll just walk off of it. So watch out for that camera movement. Yeah, so you can see when you're crouching, you have a stab, stand, and force palm. So that's when you can force palm the ground. Which you will definitely need in some puzzles. Same with this one here. We gotta force palm this in. But if you force palm it from here, you'll go flying backwards. So you want to L2 to resist. And then force palm. And you won't go flying off. Oh, whoa, whoa. There you go. Puzzle down. Collect the artifacts. Easy peasy. Oh. Folks, the bird was a baddie the whole time. Look at that.
So, have you decided on your path?
Sorry, who are you?
I am White Crow. A guardian of the Abyss, and a protector of your world's cosmic order.
You're the woman from the sewer.
The kindness you showed me back then will guide you on your path. Here, take these wings. The power to soar through the open skies is yours to command. It's time to return.
You're telling me to jump?
Worry not. Those wings will see you down safely.
Now, take flight.
Here we go.
The world is yours to explore.
Let's go. Flight. What are the best abilities for getting around? It's interesting. Doesn't look like it's using my stamina right now. Okay, we got White Crow there. Now, we want to go back to Hernand, but there's actually... Where is it? Right there. Quick little skill point we can get. Hold X if you want to get down faster. On this little platform. If we're at the map, it's like right here. Look at that. Free skill point, guys. Now, these purple flowers will kill you so fast, do not walk into them. There's also an area to mine here, but it is way too difficult. No, actually, there's a little platform there. Because if we look at the quests, you know, there's Rhett's quest for mining iron ore. His drop-off is actually in this little village over here. So we can... two birds with one stone. Pull out your pickaxe, aim it with L1. R1. Oop. Pick it up before it falls. The other piece went down there, which is fine. That's... The rest of this is a little too difficult to mine where it is. There's a device that's way easier for mining that you'll get later. So, and there you go. You see we'll have it for the drop-off now. And the main reason we want to do those quests as well, if we go into our journal, into not main quests, these Hernand commissions, you'll see every single one of these will give you a medium bag, which is 3 spaces for your inventory, not 1. So they are awesomely good to do that with. So, oh, and we'll just focus on that. It's over here. Make sure you don't run out of stamina in the air. You know, save a little bit for the ground because you will fall and die. So. That is another thing to think about too for quests sometimes. If we look for Rhett's quest, we have to take it to his apprentice when we drop stuff off. For Ternali's quest, once we get the timber, we take it right back to him. Some quests will have you deliver it back to your quest giver. Some will send you to a completely other location to drop stuff off on it. So if you ever see that, you're not losing your mind. They just designed it that way for some reason. Just to be difficult, I think, but... Or maybe to help you explore. Who knows?
You gotta use the... Oh, the mineral is even better than I expected. This'll make my forge roar to life. You've set my spirits ablaze as well. My thanks. Drop in again, and I'll have fine weapons waiting.
There you go. We'll see. Now we got plus 50 trust with Rhett as well. So like I talked about in the last one, trust is important for getting those extra items from people. So if you complete their quests, super easy way to get extra trust from them.
No stable is complete without my superior tech.
There you go. So again, trust-based points you get for these. I'd say saddleries are some of the best ones to get because they'll have different equipment for your horses. Where, you know, even if they're a little bit more simple, they're definitely not endgame, you know, armored up pieces. These are still pretty cool. I think they add a nice visual appeal for the horses and stuff too. Getting saddles, you know, iron horseshoes and stuff.
Cool. If you have time, feel free to browse again.
Let's see, where's my horse? Oh, there you go. Another reason to come over here. This will give you a long sword right away. And then another possible skill point. And it's great. You'll find these little shrines along the road all the time, so just keep your eye out for them as you're exploring. Again, this is another defeat 3 enemies with one-handed swords without taking damage. Super, super easy skill points to get. Okay, so my horse is not showing up when I whistle. So good thing to do: hold up on the the D-pad, and then go down and select it. There you go. She's just being difficult, you know. As animals will be sometimes. That's okay. We love her nonetheless. Another thing, if you wanted, you can pet your horse, which will help level it up, because they have their own meter. And I talked about it last time too. You have apples. So if you hold X to use, you can eat them yourself, obtain seeds, because you'll get, in your camp later, you'll get a place where you can plant those and grow more if you want them. You can feed your horse as well. Great way to heal your horse, but also build its trust and level them up. So now we can dash with this horse, because we got it up to level 2. Before, if you were hitting the X button, it'll only gallop like that. If you hold the button down, you can just hold it down, and now they'll gallop even faster. And use up their stamina that way. So we're going back to Hernand. There we go. Chapter 1 is done. So you could have landed right back in Hernand, but I think, you know, get those 2 things right away. There we go. Another Faded Abyss artifact to respec. And then we're going to go through some skills near the end of this. Again, you can use those skill points at any time, but I'll talk about in a little bit, you know, good things I think to use them on. Again, play how you want, but just some things I've found useful. I started playing this on PlayStation, and then, you know, I just got this PC. Wanted to give this YouTube thing a try, so.
Hello.
What do we got here? Oh yeah, here we go. There's also bounties that we can do as well.
You there?
Which I'll pick that up real quick.
Got some coin.
Again, new quest there. Side quests for the houses are going to be really good too. So in these faction quests, these houses will pop up. House Celeste is going to be all the bounty stuff right away. There'll be more stuff that opens up. House Roberts, there's going to be a ton of these. There's like 10 of them almost. Sorry if you can hear that dog barking. It is too hot in this place to leave the window closed, so.
Sneaky vermin. More outlaws by the day, yet no one ever gets caught.
What's going on?
Interested? Take one. Drag any in and you'll be paid for your trouble. It depends on who you catch. Some fetch a fair bit, others only a few coins. But you'll get whatever amount what's written on the notice. For what it's worth, you'll have my thanks too if you bring in the bastards.
Okay, so now this will open up bounty quests. And you'll get these bounty notices that you'll find all over the place now. That'll give you 1 silver if you catch this guy. We'll do that after.
Greetings.
We're gonna go up to the tower. Oh yes, you're fine. Oh man. You know what? I completely forgot something. Free pet for you here. We're gonna do this right away. And it's a little thing I can show you. So when we're on the main map, you can hit R3 to go to the Abyss. If you go to all, you can see where your fast travel points are. So we're just going to teleport back up to the Abyss. Because there is a little friend you can get here that I completely forgot about. This little dude right here. It's taunting me. Let me take you in. There we go. Now we have a pet. And if you go into inventory, you can see this is where your pets are. So that's just a free pet you can get without having to build trust with a certain animal. Pets are great, especially right at the beginning of the game. They loot for you, you know, you got a little friend to be around with you. It's always just a good time. And then now we can see that our quest marker is over here. Another good thing to do, not necessarily a good thing to do, but a thing that you can do is use the Abyss to get around places. Because there is an ability that you will get that lets you fly way, way farther with this flight ability. Let's see, we're almost right above our horse, so we're just right over top of Hernand right now. This is what we're aiming for. And I stopped a little bit early from going directly into it because there's some bandits that always spawn here. So I'm going to show you a little combat technique. So you can block attacks. The second somebody hits you with a melee attack, if you hit with your shield, you can disarm them and they will drop their weapon. The weapon drops their shields. Now you're fighting a bunch of unarmed guys, but you see my pet is going around and picking up all of their things that they dropped.
Again! Hit me again!
These people are not very helpful. Okay. Also, actually, because we did get that one... So this shield right away, way better than your first shield, you know. Level 3, you can just equip that right away. You don't need to equip this, your wolf wooden shield. Again, I said before, play the game based on aesthetics, you know. There we go. We got a necklace that's going to boost our attack right away. You know, fighting bandits right at the beginning, super helpful. Another big tip, these copper pouches. You can use them and you'll get a little bit of money right away. I don't recommend doing that because you're going to find a ton of money anyways. Pouches are great for building trust. So any sort of human merchant that you deal with, you can build trust with them by giving them those. Like if you're getting the full copper pouches or any silver pouches, yes, open those. But anything that's light or paltry, just save it to give to an NPC. Because it's such an inconsequential amount of money. You got a peddler's pack too. Again, you don't need these at all really right away. I think you can use them much later on as a... They can be combined to make stuff, but we'll get there eventually. So, but here you can do stuff like this right at the beginning of the game. This is definitely a rarer mineral that you can find. Scolecite, right? That sells for 1 copper a piece. Now you can use scolecite as an upgrade material, but you're not going to need it for like, I don't know, 10 plus hours in this game. I think getting a little bit of money at the beginning is much better than getting these. Because also when you go to places like, when you finally get to the Crimson Desert and stuff, this stuff is everywhere. So it's not hard to find. But getting a little extra coin at the beginning, I think is much more valuable. Okay. We're going to switch to a sword as well. Specifically because we are going to be fighting some more bandits. And we can get a skill point if we can take 3 of them out without getting damaged, so... Now some of these guys have bows, so another easy thing to do, you can use your bow and attack just to kite them outside. There we go. 2 of them down. Come on. There we go. That's 2 more skill points.
I'll sever your legs.
This game has such great finishing animations for after you take units down with R1, R2. Super cool finishings, because with that kick, that's just me holding the basic attack. Alrighty. And that's how you liberate regions. Didn't even know you were doing it, right? You will see on your map, once I can get into it. Oh, right. After you complete those challenges, if you hit the start button, you'll do that little animation and extra skill points for you now. If we go to the map, we can see little 2D animations for certain buildings and stuff. You'll find on the map, these will be in red when they're occupied areas. super basic stuff. So after you liberate a region, no more enemies. Easy peasy. Now this is telling you how you can interact with fire arrows. You can do that as well. Anywhere that you can light something on fire, you can also use your blinding flash. L1 again, light it on fire. It'll burn. Oh, my little buddy's on my shoulder. Yes, if you idle for a while, he'll just jump up on you. And be adorable. He didn't like the attention, so. Another little tip. Anytime you see barrels, any of this stuff, oh, he got hurt a little bit. He'll be okay. Any of these barrels or packages that you find, if they get destroyed, they actually have little things in them. So it's an easy way to get some food. But you can find some pretty valuable stuff in this sometimes. So the fire's doing it, you can just attack this stuff as well. And it'll disappear. That's like these. Well, I don't think the whole cart can get destroyed, but... any of this stuff. Oats. Ah, there we go. We picked up some trade goods too, so you'll find these out in the world as well. Again, not a super useful mechanic that I found. Again, you'll collect goods that you can sell to particular merchants that do trades from all over the world. Sometimes they're more valuable, sometimes less valuable, but you usually have to take this cart that you'll get eventually. And carts are such a pain in the ass to drive in this game. It feels like it's not even worth it to me. But you also can't really sell them just to regular merchants as well. Once you get to your camp, there's a guy you can store them with, and, you know, that's fine. If you want to engage with that, it's fine. I put, like, 50, 60 hours in on PlayStation. Never did it myself, so... oh yeah, we picked up some cogwheels. Cogwheels, again, you'll also use later. You'll need them as a material for some advanced crafting stuff with a particular guy. Okay, we're gonna go inside. We got a helmet here. Paintings. I think paintings can be used as gifts as well, but they're also for your home. Yeah, it says for your home. But again, I think you can gift these to people as well, so they could be useful in that way too. So yeah. Another thing with these, you need to usually get stacks of like 10 or 20 to be able to sell them, so not super useful. Torches are something that a lot of bandits will drop. You can sell it early for money. Not super worth it, but, you know, when you're struggling out there for money, you do whatever you can. Cool, we got an upgraded helmet with a little bit more defense. I'm not going to change my beginning armor for a while, because I think there's a method I could get to get the cover armor pretty early on, which I kind of like the cover armor a lot, so... traps here, just precision jump over it. See, that precision jump is actually coming up quite a bit, so... okay, don't be afraid to use it. What do we got? Sometimes you can find things on the wall in here to grab. See, my cat just keeps picking up stuff for me outside. Oh. Azurite, copper pouches, yeah. Azurite is another upgrade material. Cool. Main quest complete. Okay, we get another helmet here. Get some swords off the wall. We got a little chest here. But the real thing is the Visione. Now I have helmets turned off, so I'm pretty sure this won't show up, but you can still get these memory fragments without the helmet like showing. Yeah, he takes it off here. But if you hit start, memory fragment will pop up anyways.
This, you're fortunate indeed.
Asterion? Maybe.
Not actually there. What you're looking at is a memory. More precisely, one of the moment I recorded this. This device is called the Visione. It captures and stores information gathered from the world around it, and then projects that scene back to the viewer. It does, on occasion, meddle with the user's mind. A small flaw, perhaps, but hardly worth worrying over. Now then, nameless fortunate soul, enjoy the Visione to the fullest.
There you go, Visione. You'll definitely use that a bunch in the game. I don't know that it's not helpful in the sense that you need to use it, but it gives you a lot of story and subtext of things. So, because a lot of this game will do an Elden Ring type thing, where like you gotta read some of the stuff to figure out the backstory for certain things. And I've found a lot of those to be interesting, where, you know, I've completed a mission and then I've come back to an area and I found one of those to see, and it will show me more to the story that I had missed originally, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But also, you know, you can completely miss all that stuff. So I wish it was a little bit more guided in that sense, or a little bit more impactful, but I think that's the main issue with the story in this game isn't really the story itself. It feels like narrative design was a problem. And I think that's also because they were designing it to be an MMO originally, and then had a big shift. Because you do not play those two styles of games in the same way. And it'll show. Another pouch. Oh yeah, your pets can be very noisy. So dogs, cats, there's no ability to like turn down or sliders in the settings for the amount of noise they make. So if your pet does bother you ever, you can go into your inventory and unsummon them. And then they'll be gone. And you just go back and summon them whenever you want. And you see you can have up to 30 pets. I won't need them right now, so we'll let them... I want to go down here.
Finally! I almost dozed off waiting for you. My friend wants to
Did we have an appointment?
With a special
Jesus.
gift for getting Gigi back. And Gigi says he'll take you there himself. So stick close and follow his lead. Alright then. See you next time.
Okay. Now we need to follow a little friend. Just me and this little cat friend walking through the forest. And you don't have to worry about losing him as well, because if he gets too far ahead of you, he will just stop. obviously he's starting to slow down, and he does a slow walk, so you can run up and he'll start running again. So again, you can get distracted, like, oh, what's this? Like, holy. The world's, oh my god. World's fastest raccoons. Again, you don't ever need to, oh man, he just tosses him. It's so rude. You don't ever need to do that. But hey, in knowledge, raccoons aren't. Where would he be? Other? Yeah, other. Yay, I can learn about raccoons. Did I need to pick up a raccoon to know that it was a raccoon? Not really. You know, Kliff looks like he's been alive for a while. You think he would know a little bit. I'm not saying you have to be an expert. Kind of a weird system. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I wish this was utilized in a different way, right? Little rant for a second. So, in this game already, we've seen guys like where is it? Hernand commissions. A guy like Rhett there. Which I think are they trolls? Are they ogres? I don't know. The game doesn't tell me. The game expects me to know about this world in very strange ways. Like that last camp 2 that we fought. Those were all goblins. I'm like, and you walk around Hernand and you'll see there's goblins and trolls? I think trolls? And we all just live cool. And we had Unka at the beginning, an orc. Where's the knowledge of the different races of this world and how they live together? Is it in here? Guys, if it's in here, please tell me, because I would like to read about more of that. But I have yet to see anything kind of like smack me in the face with info about, you know, the origins of the different races. And I'm like, hey, that could be great. This seems to be a pretty anti-racist world. You know, a lot of fantasy where there's different races, you know, elves, dwarves, or Lord of the Rings stuff. Kind of racist for a lot of it, right? You know, those elves and dwarves hate each other. You know, it doesn't seem like that in this world. Even in the, you know, the areas that you'll go to, you know, Demonis, the guards just will attack you on sight everywhere. But they're all different, you know, there's trolls, there's orcs and stuff. You know, in the Crimson Desert, lots of orcs and trolls and stuff there too. And, you know, what's up with that? Hey, Pearl Abyss, let me know more about this world that you created in that way. I don't need to know more about raccoons, really. Like, come on. Also, don't make fun of the way I say raccoon. I could hear it in the comments. It's not nice. Okay. We got another ability. Nature's Grasp, again, another mainly puzzle-solving ability. You can use it for combat situations sometimes. I never find it helpful in any of those situations, so... can speed it up a little bit. There we go. And now we got Focus. Focus is a really good ability. It helps you rebuild your spirit. So we haven't used any, so it's not rebuilding. You also don't have to hold the button, which is nice. It'll just do it. But the boosts and focus are some of the best abilities right at the beginning. Really great. Another puzzle here. Pretty basic one. Anytime you force palm, it's going to move the one next to it as well. So you can either force palm any of the two on the outside, just go back to the other outside one. Done. Oh. There we go. And you'll get a lot of these little puzzles throughout the world too, which are great. Because again, part of the exploration and more skill points. Okay. I get all of these animals running by. I still know the implication of this. Because again, another weird little race. The Shies. They're not children. Well, maybe they are children. I don't know. I don't know. That's the issue.
You're the one who helped my friend. I have a gift for you. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Now the power of nature flows through you. If Rulipi trusts you, then I can entrust this power to you. See ya.
There we go. Another quest down. Another Palmer pill. And now a story thing has changed, where regions are blockaded. So we can see here, regions are now blockaded. That'll happen as you advance the story in certain places where, even if it's an area you've been to, because we collect that point at the beginning, and this is where Rhett's apprentice was. We went past here, no problems. Now if we go there, it's a bandit stronghold. That'll happen as you advance the story. Some places you've gone before will then be blockaded. Kind of a cool feature, I think. And now we're going to do some skill point stuff, because this Lioncrest Manor here has got some stuff you can learn. Oh, now they're looking at me. You got to wait for these guys to stop looking at me and go back to what they're doing. Oh. Got a letter from White Crow. Super awkward looking bird flying in there. Let's see. Slimer said, kind of a nothing letter, honestly. Could have sent it in a text, actually.
What do you want?
Oh, here you go. You can observe. We've learned the counter ability. So just attacking them as they attack you, you can do a counter. Which is... Where is it? Where is it? Embarrassing. I don't know where it is. Not spinning slash. Not there. Nope. Blinding flash. Yeah. Whew. Well, it's in here somewhere. It's an ability now you don't have to spend a point on. And we're going to learn a couple more. We're also going to come back to this place too, because there is some sneaky stuff we can steal at the beginning that can be helpful to us in this little place and in this place. But we'll go do the ability stuff first. Also, you can't just walk into these mansions. These guys...
Stop right there. You've no right to enter.
Toss your ass.
Arms? Is that what you want?
But you could honestly climb into the windows right here, and they will do nothing to stop you. Kind of a strange system, but you know. Who cares?
All sharpshooters, step right up.
So there's a little archery competition. This guy... Charge shot ability. Great ability. Great ability, honestly. One of the best bow abilities you can get. So, free point there. We'll come back and do that as well. Little tip. You can't climb these. If you jump and force palm... Oh, I don't have that ability yet. Oh no, I just can't do it in here because there's people around. Because I think if I did it over here... Yeah. You can force palm that way. Get vertical way easier. It's great. So we already learned counter. You could learn counter from some of the guys here too. This guy is going to give us proficiency in our spinning slash ability. So R1 and X. And then this guy's going to give us proficiency in our lunge attack. So spinning slash was this one. I know where that one is. So you can see we got a level in it now. And then in this guy here too, we have a level in it too. So a little annoying. You still have to get to level 3 to unlock the last ability. So you can't just, you know, can't do 2, even though there's only 2 like boosts to this one. And then this guy, if you come back with Damien, you can learn this spinning heel kick. So Damien's another playable character. You will see her very shortly. You can learn that. If we had a spear, we can do a competition here as well. Don't have a spear right now, but you can get them pretty easy.
Don't pass up on this rare opportunity.
Right away, but we're going to go back down and do that archery a little bit. Because you get a... I think we can get another skill point as well if we just beat 3 guys in a row with that one. Just a challenge. And I'm pretty sure they made these competitions easier to do.
Hail and
holding all sharpshooters.
Because before, sometimes these targets would pop up, and your opponent would shoot before they even pop up and hit them.
Perfect chance to show off your archery skills.
So it would kind of screw you over, but you know, I'm pretty sure they fixed it. Oh, we don't hear them.
Yeah, mind.
And I am on controller. No aim assist. Oh. And contrary to how that looked, I am not...
Be ready for...
You're not bowing out just yet, are you?
I'm not great at first-person shooters. We'll just put it that way.
On my mark. Shoot.
I always reset to the center. See, they'll beat you sometimes with those. Oh. Oh, overcorrected.
You can't call quits here.
So we got 2 there. It's also another good way to earn a little bit of money right away. The archery competition gives you more money than what the arm wrestling did.
We can't afford to relax.
Dude was brutal on that one. Oh, didn't go enough. Oh. Oh, I thought I had 10. What a choke artist.
Captain might fall to them. You're not bowing out just yet, are you?
I'm pretty sure that'll give me a artifact.
Holding all sharpshooters. Step right up.
No, nothing for that. Okay. So for that challenge... Oh, there is a champion to beat. Okay. You know, might as well do it.
Are your eyes as sharp as a hook? Come, when you're ready, we'll begin.
I wonder if I have to start over. If I have to start over, I'll cut out the extra ones until I get to a champion.
On my mark.
Okay, folks. Wasted a lot of time doing that. I went and looked it up, and you need to advance the story and do some Greymane quests to be able to face the champion. So do not waste your time with it right away unless you want to earn some money. Because I did get up to 10 silver doing that. You know, it gets you 80 silver per win. Again, it was much more difficult before. It's a lot easier now. So it is something that you can, you know, spend 10, 20 minutes getting it. I think there's easier ways to make money, you know, going and fighting guys. Stuff that's more fun than doing that. You know, do it for the challenge, I guess, for the experience, but I wouldn't bother sticking around with that. Okay. Now, actually, we're going to go and rob these guys. Yes. You know, you don't have to ever do any of this stuff. You want to be a good law-abiding citizen, you know. I don't usually steal from regular people in this game. That's just a moral thing. I like playing a good guy a lot of the time. But these are also rich, wealthy people, so I don't mind stealing from them. But for this door, you need a key. That's why from that guy we bought keys earlier. Open this up. And we get a treasure chest right here. And this treasure chest gives you a refined Palmer pill and a sword. That is a very, very good sword because you can see this one has abyss gears on it. It's got a really high attack right away. So this is a really, really good sword to use right at the beginning of the game. You know, level 1 and it's plus 11. Oh, I have the pickaxe equipped right now, so it's not actually as strong as that. But in comparison to the sword that I have equipped, it's still much stronger. Where, you know, that sword is 14 damage. That'll do 19 damage at level 1. But the critical rate and the attack being higher with a stamina siphon. Stamina siphon's really good, you know, especially early on, not having a lot of stamina. Good to have. Now you could, like, spend time in here. You could steal, you know, the pouches and stuff. That's the best thing in here. We don't need to stick around. And then we can come over here. Let's climb in this one as well. You know, at this time, though, you always got to be aware of the time that you're doing this, because even if there's people inside, they won't react to you. It's only the people outside.
I'm so scared.
Look at that bone to that. He's not going to do shit. But sometimes these rooms will be occupied. And here we got another strongbox. This one is a much easier puzzle. You just rotate the pieces to make the picture. Looks right. Don't really need to tutorialize this one for you. Boom, there we go. Another double check behind me. Put on our mask. And you gotta usually focus with the lantern and then steal. This will pop up with crimes and bounties when you're being bad. You're fine. As long as... Oh. See?
They're trying to...
You get witness stealing stuff, that's what'll happen to you. Another tutorial here for you. We went to prison. Wonder, did we keep the item though? So we lost 380 in silver. But hey, we kept the item, and that's what's more important. You know, this is going to give us movement speed and defense, so cool. Silver, we can make more silver. But I think if you go during the middle of the day for a lot of that stuff, you're not going to have an issue with ever people seeing you do those things. So, oh, also they will take your mask, so you won't be able to do any more thieving. But masks you can find just as a drop on bandits as well, so not a big deal if you lose that. And that merchant that we got the original one from, we can go buy more again. Real quick here, we got a new poster. Which has got a new quest. Again, those are all good. Getting medium bags. That's going to give you a recipe as well, which is good. What we're going to do... Oh, actually, we got a bounty here, too.
Finally, a chance to test my metal against the Greymane.
Whoa, what the... You get some janky stuff with interactions there sometimes. See, that guy's got a bounty of 25 silver. That might be worth it at the point for you. A lot of the problems with these is that they're farther away a lot of times. Like, that's a really far bounty to take. But you'll open up stuff in villages as well, and there will be other icons for these jail cells, the constabulary. Pretty sure I said that right. You'll open some up. I think there's some in other villages, or I think there's something up. There's a camp up here that you open up later. I'm pretty sure there's one there as well. I think there's one down over here. So you'll find them other places. You don't always have to come back to this one. But here, let's continue the main story part for this.
You're looking for Greymanes.
Oh, what do we have here?
And see, I haven't spent any skill points.
Just want
to put that out. I haven't spent any skill points, hey. So this is kind of your first boss. We have a bunch of skill points saved up. I could have used them. I haven't. So we'll see how that goes.
Found us.
Ah, our lucky day. How much was Muradin's bounty again?
The fat sack of silver.
Is your life worth so little?
Enough.
Aye.
I apologize for my men.
Didn't you know Kliff was a badass, guys? Don't fuck around.
They may have giving you the wrong impression. I am the knight, Matthias. I've long wished to test my skills against a Greymane. What say you? You're here, standing before me? What reason have you to refuse my challenge?
None I can think of.
Ha! So it's true what they say. You walk your chosen path, even when staring death in the face. Ah, I hope you live up to the legends.
I don't aim to disappoint.
Quite the quick tongue. Is your sword arm as quick? Defend yourself! Let's see if your reputation is deserved!
So he's going to have an ability that we can learn as well. That kick. He's a two-phase boss as well, so you don't have to worry about killing him too quickly.
I call you to combat!
Yeah, he's got a bunch of unblockable ones. And then it prompts and slows down time for you, so you don't have to worry too much about missing stuff. So, hey, we got a new ability right there. Hold down triangle. Eat it. What are you doing, bro? Just running across the fight. We're gonna switch that other big sword here. Ooh. Bad timing on my part. Magically switch back to the sword and shield.
I won't hold back any longer!
Oh, come on. I did that move first.
You do not disappoint me, Greymanes!
There you go.
They say Balun's finest swordsman is a great...
So we just used the abilities that we learned just out in the world. Didn't have to use any of our, I think, close to 10 that we've picked up already just at the beginning. You still beat the first boss. So again, on normal, not too hard. You know, he hit me a few times. It has some unblockable attacks. You learn an ability. Not too bad right away.
Greymane, it was an honor to duel him.
You're not bad yourself.
I had believed I was quite strong, but the world is vast and there are many who are stronger still. It was a good match, Greymane.
And then we got here.
Greymane, you're as remarkable as I've heard. It appears the clucking of house hens held a kernel of truth. I am Barden Midler, the Marshal of Hernand.
And if you like his cloak there, kind of a cool looking cloak, you can get it from that requisition shop for doing missions in Hernand Castle as well. So, yeah, if you like my dude's cloak right here, the Marshal, you can get some of that equipment too, which is fun.
I serve Marquis Circus, Lord and
there's
Steward
Damien.
of this land. It is an honor to witness such swordsmanship.
What do you want?
Pardon my presumptuousness, but I have come with an urgent request. We're short-handed. We need the help of someone like you, Greymane.
Marshal, I've been meaning to thank you.
Get to the point.
Of late, the peace in this region has been sorely troubled. Brigands run rampant, and despite our best attempts, we've been unable to thwart them. I believe they have a powerful benefactor pulling the strings. However, we have no solid evidence to support this claim, and we can't afford further investigation. If you were to lend us your aid, Marquis Circus will be more than pleased.
Sorry, but my priority is finding my comrades. And I'm not sure I'd be much help on my own.
The Marquis is a generous lord. He will surely aid in re-establishing the Greymanes. Until we meet again.
Okay. So, quest complete there. %31 into Chapter 2. If you're ever wondering where to go, because the map can get, a little icon heavy sometimes, you can always go to your journal and hit triangle to open the map. It'll take you right where you gotta go. You'll usually have it selected. So that was the place that we talked about before as well. But we'll get to that later. Let's go a little over the skills. So you can see in the top right corner we have 9 skill points. We got 2 resets, and we have 1 sealed artifact, and that is still for the challenge one. Here, you can see it here, and you can go into your journal for any of the challenges that you haven't done. So we still got the shield one to do, which is also really easy. We can do this one, no problem. So we can get 10 skill points right here, right near the beginning of the game. So a couple of things that I think are some of the best. What I really think best to do is boosting your stamina, your health right away, mainly your spirit a little bit. You got a little spirit boost from the Shy on the top of the cliff, which was nice. These are good things to have because you'll notice we got the cool upgrade effect. You'll notice when you're blocking, when you're attacking, you can run out of stamina pretty easy at the beginning. So a lot of these ones where they only cost you 1 point, I'm not going to watch it again. Do them right away. So get up to level 2. Stamina, health. That's just going to be a red version of that same one. We don't need to see that. So now, your armed combat. These moves are good. They're good. They're fun. They give you different things. But what it's really going to do is going to boost your attack. It's also going to boost your attack. So the more you invest in this, the more your damage will increase, which is nice. So if you like to do R1 attacks, armed combat's good. If you like to do the R2 attacks, /, that's really good as well. That's going to make it so your / can't miss if you fully upgrade it. That's a great ability because you'll see when I was attacking that last guy sometimes he would shift to the side and I would just attack in the same direction. If you just have lock on and you hold down R2, you won't ever miss with your attacks. Your turning /. Again, a great ability and probably one of the most overpowered abilities, like early, middle, late game. This is a great one. Because you can infuse a lot of your spirit attacks once you get those with this ability. So it's very, very powerful. Again, with your marksmanship, I don't use my bow a ton. I haven't used it a bunch. There's a lot of great bow builds that you can get, especially when you get like multi-shot, when you get this evasion of shot ability. Like, there's complete bow builds built around this attack. They're really great. But again, that's situational for you. That's the charge shot that we learned for free. Your unarmed combat. Again, another super viable way to play this game if you want to be all fists. Because you can use your ordinary gloves here, and you'll get a completely different move set with your attacking. Because you'll have your triangle ability is like a melee attack while holding a sword. And then your R1 ability, well, with your gloves, is a completely different thing. So if you had a sword out, you can still hit R triangle to do a melee. You know, just tapping it, you can get those. And you can combo those into regular attacks. This is going to be boosting just that glove thing. Another thing to think about, too, your gloves have their own attack stat. So if you see your gloves and your boots have an attack stat as well. Oh my goodness. There we go. Boots, attack and defense, attack and defense. That does not affect your regular attack if you're using a sword. That's only going to be taken from whichever weapon you're currently using. So your unarmed attack is going to use these as well. So you can get some gloves, especially if you're using plate gloves. They're going to do more damage. But this is also going to give you really, really sweet ability. Like some super fun abilities. This meteor kick, I'm sure so many people have seen that in people's builds online. You're looking up, are you interested in this game? You're seeing all these cool friggin' moves. You can do those. The grappling as well. Lariats. Swinging guys around. Those bigger guys, you can grapple onto them. Comboing throws. So fun, so fun. Clothesline. That was the ability that one of the black bears has that you can learn right at the very beginning of the game, but it's so dependent on them using it, and you'll be able to learn this ability a little bit later on too, so I just didn't bother sticking around. Same with this body slam. Not super useful, but very funny, and I think like this, you know, you get a big morale drop when you see this dude come flying in and body slam you like that. I can see you as an NPC can be pretty distraught getting hit with this ability. I think it's awesome. But these grappling abilities are really good as well. Super viable. I just don't use them. I do a lot of the sword stuff right away. The stab ability, you have the basic stab right away. You actually need stab for exploration behind waterfalls. So I think you can get by with just the regular stab. But I think the Swiss stab as well, because you get more horizontal movement with it, is good. You also get this aerial stab ability. This is great for movement tech around the game. Oh, they're going to even show you that you can like aerial stab to use for movement. Because you can combo aerial stab into aerial stab into aerial stab and like fly around. It's pretty awesome. Spinning slash, we already got one ability in that. If you get level 2 of it, you can get more attack power. Not bad. It's something you can mix into combos, especially because holding R1, you know, you're going to do your basic attack. You can add in triangle, circle, X, square, you know, whatever you want to do. R2 combo, L2 combo, lots of stuff. Blinding Flash, you get that right out of the box. This Blinding Flash finisher is a great ability to get right at the beginning of the game. Helps you deal with big crowds if you're getting surrounded. Does lots of damage on bosses as well, which is great right away. Because it'll also build stagger, which is really, really nice. This area where your health is, There's a lot of good stuff in here too, but I don't think you need it right away. So you get like Axiom Force abilities. Honestly, this maneuver ability I think is great for moving around some tricky puzzles and getting to areas. Like climbing up cliffs is great. So it's one that I usually get right away, which honestly I'm going to put a point into this one right now. And my flight, getting Swift Flight. Again, I care about moving around this map. This Swift Flight, it's going to help you right away. So I'm going to do that right now too. Aerial Roll, again, another good one. It's going to help you move around the map. Once we get the ability to imbue elements, you can start going into this as well. Again, not super necessary right away, because we're gonna get these in like 10-ish hours, so you'll get way more abilities by then. This winch ability is friggin' great. Definitely, if you're doing an unarmed grappling sort of build, get this winch ability too, because you can use this to, you know, you can throw guys, you can winch them back to you. That slam will knock down everybody around you. You can also then ambush and teleport to guys that get knocked far away. And then again, it also has like a push effect once you end up at the area that you're in. It's like some of the best clips you'll see online from that stuff. Force Palm, you get that right away. You get the healing Force Palm right away too, which is nice. Oh, my controller's bugging out here, sorry. I don't know why it's doing that, but healing Force Palm. Oh my goodness, I don't know why it's doing that. You can see if you hit R3 while you're doing it. Yeah. Relax, guys. If you're doing Force Palm, you can see you can hit L3 and it'll do healing Force Palm. So that's if you, like if your horse can get injured and it won't run if it's injured. That you can hit your horse with the Force Healing Palm and it'll recover from that, which is great. And I think this is a bug. I don't know what's doing that. Focus Force Palm, that's something that you can only learn through observation, so you can't access this bottom tree until a story point. I think same with this Force, maybe you can get Force Current. Well, I wonder if my controller's just drifting, because it's freaking out. Force Current's great for puzzle solving. Because there's some things where you Axiom Force to move them, and then you can use the Force Current on it. I think that might be a bug. Okay, don't worry about that. So yeah, Force Current is really good. Focus. We get Focused Repulsion. You can use that to knock back a group of enemies. Focused Insight is another super, super good ability. This is going to let you do perfect parries. You can be sitting in focus with the L3, R3, and not touching any button. You can just spam your L1 until the hit comes in, and then do an automatic parry. This is a great move for any humanoid bosses, like any of the regular humanoid bosses, to get a parry on them. Great ability right away. Keen Senses. This is where our counter was. It wasn't up in the attack, so when we learned counter from observing those guys before, it was over in the Keen Senses ability. Perfect, and we got parry right away, and we don't have dodge for some reason. That doesn't seem to make sense to me, because you can... I guess it's we only have the roll dodge. This gives you the little circle readjustment, which is great for, you know, moving your combos around. Nature's Grasp we learned. Force Palm Pulse. Not super useful unless you're doing more unarmed stuff. Again, you can mix it in with your regular combos if you want. I never do that. Focus Shots. These are great, and you'll definitely need them later on for specific puzzles. So you need Focus, or Marksmanship level 2 and Focus level 2. So, Double jump, I think, is a completely useless ability. Some people really like it. I think you can see in the demo of you getting verticality with any of that stuff. You can just jump and do the force palms, and I think that's a way better way to move around. Nature's Echo, again, probably one of the better abilities in this game. It's going to do basically just double your attack power, because it's going to do an after image of any of these attacks. And stab and spinning slash are some of the least used attack, but this is your basic R2 attack, which you will use all the time for any weapon combo. Unarmed, two-handed, one-handed, and shield, you use it for everything. So great ability just to get more straight damage. So I am going to, so we already spent, I like the movement stuff right away to get around the map. I'm going to do just more armed combat. Again, I'm not going to watch those. Evasive slash, so now we have a little movement tech to get away from things. And forward slash, which is going to give us more damage right now, and then the next time we put a point into it, it's going to make it so we can no longer miss with it. So, but that's going to require 2 artifacts, or yeah, 2 more artifacts. So most of the end level ones, if you want to fully complete some of these bigger ones, it's going to take you a bit to do it. So I'm going to do those points right now. Probably the next points I get are going to go into focus, maybe keen senses, and then blinding flash finisher. Because I'm going to do more sword and board this play until maybe later on I might switch it up with some of the later stuff. Especially we're going to get tons of points later on, so we'll see how that goes. And I think that's where we're going to leave this video. Part 3 of the playthrough. On the next one, we're going to continue with the main story. We're going to go fight some bandits, get some action in here. But I'm going to go to sleep right now. Not in real life, in the game. I'm going to go to sleep in the game. You know, this game looks really good at night, I think. I still think it's just way harder to navigate all this stuff, so I like to play it more in the day. Little 12-hour nap. There we go. Ready for the next part. Okay, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, any comments, concerns, questions, any critiques, again, I love them. Let me hear them. Thanks. Have a good one. See ya.